Now I know what you're thinking. Final Fantasy? Is that not the game with the Goofy in it? No. Final Fantasy is one of the best games I've ever played. I've been playing it for months now, and let me tell you, the only thing goofy about this game is the stunts I pull. I've been known to engage in some mild tomfoolery on occasion. And when I first heard of it, I thought I'd hate it. Cause in my fantasy game, children? In my fantasy game, catgirls? That one's alright. And until last year, I genuinely thought the aforementioned Goofy was a staple of the Final Fantasy franchise. Turns out he's actually from a different game, but the vibe and art style still never really seemed like my thing. But I've never been more wrong. I love this game, man. Since I have the #1 most important opinion on the internet, I figured I'd grab that pretty little head of yours and shove my new favorite game into those eyeballs. So, from the lovable developers to the shocking realization that you've been on copium for years, today I take you through my adventures in Final Fantasy XIV. And what got me so invested so quickly? Rabbit Girls. Our journey begins here, in Uldar, a city run by the two most evil groups in society. Tyrannical politicians who would do anything for coin, and short people. Your first impression of Lalafell might be the same as any other small race. Cutesy, played by 40-year-old men, and an awkward bus ride if you're scrolling through Twitter in public. However, Lalafell, don't be misled, my viewers. They may have a thin veil of cuteness, but their evil knows no bounds. Stop petting me! I reveal to you the secret of all Lalafell players. The smaller you are, the bigger other races are.
Funny that.
So with my cute face, complete lack of ethics, and desire to get a 20-minute sponsored video out without playing I pulled up my boots and set out into the city to make something of myself. So I went to my mum for help. She said I should make some friends and get a fucking job. So in my bid for power, I began handing out cakes to the local guards, which were definitely not poison. Stop asking questions. Until it came to my attention that the princess had gone missing. How awfully convenient. Surely whoever would save her must be held in high regard. What a lucky opportunity for me to prove myself. I decided that I would help find the princess. So I opened my map and started running towards her exact location. And that is when I saw her.
Hey!
Fear not, princess, because I am here. Alright, this is the Nanoma voice.
I don't know how I ended up here, but thank you for saving me, Rabban.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, how'd you get here? Huh, ladies.
Good.
Would you like this rock?
Think. Feel. Think.
Mommy.
Bro, what the fuck?
It was then that I was invited to a feast with the royals of Uldar, and I graciously accepted my growth in political power. Once again, you'll be happy to know that Technoblade is now safe in her own castle. I was hoping to network, but the best seat I could get was next to her dad, and all he wanted to talk about was the war 5 years ago, where countless lives were lost because of the Asian / the moon? Which is weird, because I killed one of these guys like 15 minutes ago. That's right, this ancient powerful being was no match for me, a regular ordinary adventurer.
A day we lost in continent.
Damn, bro.
What are you
that's
eating?
crazy. You gonna finish
Apple?
that? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. He is special. Mommy. And so Thancred brought me to his friends, the Scoins of the Seventh Dawn. Meet our heroes.
I have awaited your coming.
The one everyone hates, except for, the ones everyone should hate.
Welcome!
The guy whose dialogue doth ye skip. The E-boy.
I never doubted that you'd come.
And this guy, but we'll get to him later. Together they form the Scones of the Seventh Dawn, and the primary goal of this organization is to kill the Primals, which are
The
demigods
Primals.
summoned by various tribes around the world. Primals usually just mind control anyone that doesn't have your powers, because this lovely, curvy lady has given you the power to remember things. So it turns out all of those blackouts I had were actually a good thing, and not damaging my brain. And so you team up with the members of the Shallots of the Seventh Dawn, but mostly this guy, who is 16, internet. You make wonderful friends, use your power for good, and
Role
to
playing.
tell you any more would spoil things, but trust me, the story in this game is very good, and I like it a lot. Now this can be a very social game, which means you're going to be meeting a lot of new people, and this game can have quite a twisty story, with many plot points that can be easily spoiled. Those seem like conflicting qualities. While I admit it can be a little stressful dodging spoilers on my Twitter timeline, this game does this combo the best that I think any game possibly could. And the community, generally, is super anti-spoiler. The only things I've had spoiled were kinda minor and were kind of accidents. And annoying as spoilers
Kinda.
I am a streamer. I know.
Streamer.
So I probably have it worse. You've probably already played it, or it's probably only going to be about as bad as... Dude, wait for Heavensward. It gets so good at Heavensward. It gets so good. But yeah, spoilers, bad, hate them. Now, back to the story. I'll be taking my payment.
Thank you for slaying the primals, but there is more work to be done.
Oh,
You will do it. And so I ventured forth, as the hero I am, ready to save the world. Wait, what? What is that melody? You're dancing. My God, they're dancing. What are those faces doing? They're smiling. The people were having fun. Oh, and
that
the
was
music.
creepy, by the way.
The music was super copyrighted. And as new as I was to the game, that was sort of the first moment where it clicked. I spent the rest of the night taking screenshots with the pals. Look at this guy, he's playing a male character in a video game. It's a feeling I hadn't felt in a while. For the next week, I farmed the golden saucer for emotes. I think I like it here. Oh look, there's a racing game. Sweet, I got bunny ears. Now I can focus on getting a cool outfit. Please, save us. The primals are coming. Did somebody say Palace of the Dead? Sounds pretty cool. Crafting jobs doesn't sound cool, but somehow is. I could have sworn there was something I was supposed to be doing right now. It's very easy to get sidetracked in this game.
Yes.
And I think that's
Yes,
a
it is.
discovery we all make along the way. Mom, Dad, I have something to tell you. I decided to quit my job as a hero and become a dancer. A dancer? Well, the party buffs are useful. No, Father. Like this! One of the best parts about this game is that there's so many definitions of endgame. There's your usual solo content or raiding or whatever, but under little rocks here and there, people create songs, dance routines, fashion, interior design, economic domination. Some of the most hardcore players I've met are high-end ultimate raiders, and yet they are mere insects beneath the boots of role players. The penultimate form of a Final Fantasy player, logging on daily to take cute screenshots and dance. And that's like kinda not even a joke. And having done a couple raids, it's not like the raids are bad either. It's actually some of the most fun I've ever had raiding. It's just you have a choice now. The driving force is fun, nothing is mandatory, and everything is encouraged. Because to make a fantasy world feel real, you need your sweaty adventurers and your maid catgirl photography enthusiasts. Now I think it's about time I got round to killing those primals. Or, I could do something better. What if I told you that me, the best mage player in the whole world, the betrayer of guilds, found an even greater foe? This content would make even the most experienced raiders quake with fear. That's right. I decided to try and buy a house. But there's a few catches with buying houses. Firstly, there's a finite number of houses on any server. There's just under 400,000 houses in all of Final Fantasy, which is not a lot when you consider the player count. And slots only become available when someone doesn't log in for 45 days. I'll tell you about the second catch in a moment. It's a big one. Attention, everybody. There is a fucking house for sale. I ran to the plot, looked around a little, and I hovered over the purchase button. Was this truly where I wanted to live? Yes. This would do nicely. So I clicked purchase. Oh. So here's the second catch. At some point in a 24-hour period, the house will randomly become available for sale. Meaning, to acquire a house, you have to repeatedly do this and hope that you're the person that purchases the house the moment it becomes available, randomly, in a 24-hour period.
I'm pretty sure that's what I did for the FC house on NA.
I don't have
like
time for
years
this.
ago. But I don't remember it that well.
Now, that's not the pint I know. Well, I guess there is one thing I could do. I don't know. It's kind of no. What is it? I mean, I could exploit the working class. Meet wife havers. Oh, the things we'd do together. The conquests we'd march. Right after you guys buy a house, for the guild. We had 2 people around the clock clicking a placard, and the rest of us would sit there to make it seem like there was more competition than there was to scare off potential competitors. It was truly a chance for us all to bond, a learning experience. And what I learned in this experience is that my friends are fucking psychopaths. This is Job. She was there for 40 hours over 4 days. Oh, how do I know this? Only the fucking Google Doc we created to track the hours camped, the plot opening times, and to see how close we were to committing human rights violations. Now, keep camping. You wouldn't want to go back to Torghast, would you? After about 3 days, though, one of our happy little campers discovered something. Something that would blow this case wide open. Take a look at this chart. Yep, turns out in the first 8 hours, the chances of a plot opening are basically 0. And for the creamy, most efficient strat possible, you want to click in this 4-hour window. Ah, yes. Only 4 short hours of clicking. As luck would have it, on the dawn of the 4th day, during prime time, I sent Job a very funny meme. And she tabbed out for a moment to look at it. The house. It sold.
Wait.
Psych, we bought the house. It was us.
Oh.
It was us. It was our backup clicker. There's always a backup clicker. And now we had a place to
Wow.
call home. And we relocated immediately because the goblet, say it with me, is for broke-ass bitches. So Final Fantasy, huh? Crazy to think that it was always fucking here. It has been very refreshing. And at the risk of sounding a bit too serious, it's taught me a lot of valuable things about myself. Trying new things, being a nicer person. I've got a bunch of new friends, way less stress. And honestly, man, just kind of a better outlook on life. I don't think it's just the game that's done that, but still, I'm happy. Plus, I got this house.
That was good. I like that. That was good. I like PINT's videos. They're really, really good. They're funny.